Jenessa Turbes, simplify all things real estate. Thank you for allowing me to join you on the journey to buying your home. So we have either started going out and looking at homes, or we are about to go look at homes. And I kind of want to talk about what we're going to be thinking about as far as our offer goes and what that means when we write the offer, what happens after we write the offer, the choices that the seller has to make. So going forward, what that's gonna look like. So as we are searching for the perfect home, you are gonna be thinking about price, the terms of the contract, basically. I'll kind of go over that so that when we find the perfect home, how we are going to write that offer. So when we are writing an offer, we are actually writing up a contract for the seller to review. So in this contract, we will have important deadlines that we set in there as far as when the inspection needs to be done, the appraisal, if you're getting a loan, those terms, as far as timeline goes. We will have the price in there as well as your down payment. If you're paying with cash, we will have that in the offer. So all the things that are gonna make the seller look at your offer and decide if the terms work for them. So also, if when you're looking at a house, you see something in there that is not necessarily a staged item, those usually aren't available, but say the home is occupied and you're like, ooh, I really love that dining room table. I wonder if they would give it to me. So things like that we can talk about, we can kind of include in the offer or do separately. So things to think about as you're walking through the home. Once we find the perfect home, we will write up the offer again with those dates and deadlines, the price, any other terms that go along with the contract to buy this house. We will then submit the offer to the seller's agent for them to review. Now, the sellers have a few different choices as far as offer review goes. So one, they can straight up decline the offer. Obviously, we don't want that. We will do everything in our power to make sure that they look at and appreciate and want to accept our offer. They can write a counter offer. So a counter offer can either be to counter a price, or it can even be to counter one of the terms and conditions. If a closing date doesn't work for them, price obviously, then they can counter our offer, our contract. So they will send over a counter proposal. Now, if we accept the counter proposal, you'll sign that counter proposal and you will be under contract. So other than what is in the counter proposal, the contract that we wrote stands along with the counter proposal, and we are under contract, and then we will move forward to get you to the closing table. The final choice that the sellers have is simply to accept as it is. Obviously, that is the best case scenario. And again, once they sign the contract that we have sent over, then we are under contract. Now, what does that mean? Under contract means that you are committed to purchasing this house unless we have a reason to get out of the contract and you want to keep looking, and that you'll have a long to-do list of things to do to get us to the closing table so that you can move into that home. So things to look out for is my initial under contract email. This will go over your first items on the to-do list that we will need to do within that first week or so in order to get things rolling. Things on there like start getting your homeowner's insurance, get all documents to your lenders, schedule your inspection. I will give dates and times that I'm available to go sit with the inspector so that, again, we can get that inspection report and then respond by the inspection deadline if needed. And then I will send emails throughout the process with things for you to do to keep everything rolling. It is important that you, when needed, that you respond to my email. So if I ask for a specific response in an email, especially when it comes to some dates and deadlines like, hey, are you good with this? Can we move past this? That kind of thing. Or do you want to review your HOA docs? Do you have an objection to the HOA docs? That kind of thing. So it's important to respond to my emails when you see those. But other than that, I will basically guide you through the process with everything you need to know. So now that we're under contract, look out for my emails. We'll talk all the time for the next month and a half in order to get you to the closing table so that you can move into your new home. So if you have any questions, of course, you know how to reach me, and I look forward to our next steps. Have a good day.